Hello, this is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
Welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. How are you, Andy?
I am thoroughly excited to be, once again, contributing to the couch sessions.
Yes. Well, we're taking it on the road.
We're
on location in the living room.
I mean, we've been in the car, we've been in the bedroom, we've been on the couch, we've been in the office. Where haven't we done it? The podcast.
The podcast. Where haven't we done it? The podcast. That'll be our spin-off show.
We still got the garage, the bathroom, the attic.
I'm not going into the attic to record a podcast.
Why, you don't want to fall through the ceiling?
No, I don't want to fall through the ceiling like some people. Ugh.
Oh.
I imagine that one of these days it'll happen again.
Stop that.
But in your old age, and I will have to tell people, yes, he suffered a very stupid death.
I was just trying to clean the attic.
And you did it wrong. And I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah, I saw nails.
And I saw your life flash before my eyes.
And I said, let's go back and do it again.
Oh my God. All right, before we get into it, let's not forget the rules, because we do have 3 rules for the sake of civility. Yeah. No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick.
Don't do it.
Don't be a dick.
You can think about it, but don't do it.
That's the important distinction. It's about choice. What do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? I feel like we talk about a lot of what I want to talk about.
Something has been on my mind. Something's been on my mind. I don't want you to make fun of me.
We have 3. Do we need a 4th simple rule?
All right. All right. So, you know how much I love love. Mm-hmm. I love love.
Sure.
Lately, I have been listening to a lot of what I would call love songs. Especially at work, because it keeps me very happy. Because they make me think of you.
Aww.
I know, right? Exactly. And there is a love song that I have been listening to that I have always had a very interesting interpretation of. Now, I know what the writer of said song has said.
Do you think I'm going to make fun of you for this?
What do you think Don't Fear the Reaper is about?
Exactly what it sounds like.
What?
Don't fear the Reaper.
You know it's a love song, right?
I guess there are love aspects. Wait, are we talking about the original or are we talking about him's cover of it?
It's the same song.
I understand that, but the two sound drastically different.
Yes, but what do you think it's about?
I think him's version of it is a lot more romantic sounding than the original.
I would agree with that, and I find it to be a very deep and moving love song, that cover. And I've listened to it quite frequently lately.
I think Blue Oyster Cult was just trying to get people rocking.
Do you?
Sure.
But you know that it was actually written as a love song.
I know that now.
It was, in fact, written as a love song. But I've always had a very interesting interpretation of it. So it has been said by the writer himself that he's, what is it, Donald Rose?
The guy with the cowbell?
Rosemer? The guitarist.
Okay.
Okay, so when he wrote it, he said it's about mortal love turning into eternal love. It's the end of mortal love and seeing love more eternally.
Okay.
And I have been listening to the song for decades now, but I have always had a very clear idea, particularly in my adulthood, of what this song is about. And I have taken it somewhat literally to believe that and again, don't make fun of me.
I'm still trying to figure out where...
So, you know the song.
Yeah.
You know the song, okay? And I'm sure plenty of people out there know the song. So I have always listened to it as in 3 parts because it has 3 verses, right? And I have always imagined that it is about a couple who is actually sort of like they're deeply in love, but they have developed a very serious drug problem. So I have seen it as the first verse is basically, like there is this couple, and he is doing drugs, okay? And she is there seeing him do this and everything, and she loves him despite it, despite his struggle and everything. And he is trying to get her to sort of go on this journey with him. You never watched Breaking Bad, did you?
Not much, but are you sure you're not describing Life in the Fast Lane?
No, I have always said that song is about drugs, and people have told me somehow I'm wrong. That Life in the Fast Lane is not about cocaina. I'm like, I'm sorry. What?
No, there weren't lines on the mirror or lines on her face.
I'm like, look me in the face and tell me that song is
like
not
when
about drugs.
somebody had to explain to me when I was much younger that Mr. Brownstone was about heroin, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, it's just about people getting down around a brownstone in the city.
In the city.
And then
Yeah. But okay, so Don't Fear the Reaper, right? First verse, he's doing drugs. He wants her to go on this journey with him to make them closer, okay? Second verse, she does go on the journey with him, and their love becomes deeper and they become more connected. However, he dies. He dies from an overdose. And then you have that long extended instrumental, the bridge and everything. And that's the chaos of sinking deeper into it and everything, and just the spinning out of control that she's feeling from having lost her love. And then the last verse, she can't live without him. So she willingly overdoses so that she can be with him. And that's the whole thing about the Reaper appearing.
And using Romeo and Juliet as the metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she goes with him and so that she can be with her love again. Now, I am glad to know that according to the writer himself, I'm not too far off. I think I might have made up the drug part in my mind, but I have always sort of been looked at very oddly when it comes to that.
Are you going to let me know when I'm supposed to make fun of you? I don't understand what aspect of this I would be inclined to make fun of you for.
I always feel very self-conscious about that. And it's been on my mind lately because every time I listen to it, and especially when I listen to him's version of it, because it's so dark and brooding and romantic.
So you feel self-conscious about your interpretation of a piece of artistry?
Yes.
You feel like you're going to be laughed at or judged because of how you perceive something.
The same way that I feel uncomfortable crying when we're watching a movie.
You literally just told me that you were crying during bits and bobs of Harry Potter.
It's intense. It gets very intense. But every time...
You were squeezing my hand pretty hard.
You were squeezing my hand back, sweetheart.
I wasn't squeezing at all.
Okay.
See, now you're a great storyteller because you're good at making stuff up.
Have you ever felt that way, though? Have you ever... Because you have felt self-conscious. I don't know if self-conscious is the right word, but you have always felt like you're going to be made fun of for enjoying things.
Oh, all the time.
And for believing things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And this is just an example of something that's just been on my mind. And do you have an interpretation of Don't Fear the Reaper that you'd like to share with the rest of us? No,
because I take everything pretty literally. So to me, when I'm listening to that song, on the rare occasion where I just let that song play through, it to me is literally what it sounds like.
It's literally about just don't fear death.
Don't fear death. Don't fear Romeo and Juliet.
You don't have to fear Romeo and Juliet.
Cake or death. Church of England, cake or death. You better choose cake because we're running out of death.
That was wrong.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No. If I had to choose between cake or death, I mean, if they're running out of death, I better choose cake. What?
You're so silly.
No. Anyway. Yeah, no. That's one. So, like, if ever I put him on shuffle, I have to skip past it because it's so long.
Oh, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, if you're in the mood for it. But it's so long and it drones on. And it's like, it's not one of my my go-tos.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Oh, it is one of mine.
There was a time though where I would much rather take him's cover of it over the original.
Yeah.
I'd honestly rather listen to the original now.
Really?
Yeah, I like the upbeatness of it now.
Who was it did one? I think Pierce the Veil did a cover of it too. That was actually, and I do not like Pierce the Veil, but they did a really good cover of it, I will say.
No frame of reference.
You should find it. It's actually very good.
I went through a very lengthy phase where I couldn't listen to him. I mean, him for those who don't know me, is my favorite band. All their albums, seen them a bunch of times, but I went through a long phase where I could not listen because I've listened to so much of their stuff for so long, and it's just like I need a break. I need time away from it.
I wonder if that'll happen to me.
It happens to me with a lot of bands. Like my top 3 favorite bands, I can't really listen to right now because again, I've listened to them so much for so long, and I'm craving either music I really haven't listened to in a very long time or things that I haven't heard before.
I don't know. I have a selected playlist of their songs from across their discography that I'm pretty sure just repeats every hour and a half that I'm at work.
I get what you're saying though, where you start to like make up stuff in your head when you're listening to something, just like that's my interpretation of what they're trying to get across.
But in doing that, also, excuse my interruption, in doing that, it sort of evokes a very specific emotion. And I connect that emotion to that song. And I think that's what makes me think I could never get sick of it.
Oh, yeah. I was just telling you about that with that sampler CD yesterday. Because I don't know where it is. I don't even know if I have it anymore. But when sometime in 2003, I went to Zoomies for the first time. Not the one here or anyone close by. It was actually at the mall in Queensbury. And I must have bought like bearings or something or whatever. And they're like, here you go. You spent X amount of dollars. And they gave me the sampler. And 10 bands I had never heard of.
Yeah.
But, that was back in the days when I still had a Sony Discman,
Discman? Like Spider-Man?
It was a Walkman.
And Bagelman.
But it was a CD player.
I know, it's a Discman.
Whatever.
Like Spider-Man.
Discman.
Not like Ned Bagelman and Jules Spiderman.
Bitterman.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, and for the ride home, I'm like, all right, I've listened to enough of my own stuff. Let me give this a shot. And I was hooked, on it. I started to view that CD as its own entity.
Yeah.
So I grew very attached to all of those individual songs, not necessarily the bands, because I couldn't name you any songs by any of the other bands that were on there.
Can you name the bands?
Plain White T's was on there. Army of Freshmen was on there.
Never heard of them.
Solea was on there.
Got nothing.
Turbo Negro was on there. That was my introduction to Turbo Negro, which is one of my favorite punk bands ever. And so I started to always associate a lot of fondness with my formative years with those songs and that album. And, it's taken me there are times where I want to listen to those songs and I can never remember, like just now, the names of the bands, the names of the songs. And so I always try to look for the back of the sleeve that it came in because they're all listed on the back. But finding them online isn't always easy.
Okay.
And again, I don't know if I still have it or not. So, but I did find it online yesterday, and I said I sent it to you because you used to work at Zoomies.
Yes, I did.
And it took those particular songs took me back to 2003.
Yeah.
And it made me feel very, very sad and very grieving. Because full of grief. Because we're not in 2003 anymore.
No, we're not.
And I won't say 2003 as a whole was a great... I'm just saying like bits of it were very memorable for me.
It was memorable for me too.
But then again, a lot of aspects of that time in my life were very memorable, and listening to music I haven't heard since then takes me back there.
2003, I am brought back to 2003 anytime I hear any bits and pieces of what is it called? The album I think was called Perhaps I Suppose by Rufio. Anytime Like, I put on just my liked songs on Spotify on shuffle, all thousands of them. Anytime a Rufio song pops up from that album, I am immediately transported back to 2003 because I had that CD burned in my Discman every night in my ears. And when I was at school in Hartford, that's what I fell asleep to.
I don't know if you caught it, but you just said 2003, like Barcelona.
Barcelona. Yeah. I did? I said 2003?
Yeah, you certainly did.
Oh, shit. I have a disease that's making me slur.
We were watching the second 5 episodes of the last season of Cobra Kai the other night, and it's all set in Barcelona. Yeah.
It's all in Barcelona.
Oh, man.
Oh. My favorite thing about that was when he was like, it's pronounced Barcelona. And the guy was just like, right. Good stuff, good stuff. 2003, yeah, like, but that's just it. Is the emotion attached to certain music? I kind of like having the idea of, like, I can picture this story in my head. Mm-hmm. And I've always been that way. And it's just, and it's that kind of thing, especially when it comes to love songs, that I am just like, ugh. I just want to be in love. And great news for me, I am in love.
The funny thing is that if you were to listen to any of those songs or listen to them straight through like I do, I always listen to them in order of the sampler. Mm-hmm. If you were to listen to those songs, you would listen and then look at me and be like, who are you? Because they are so far removed from anything that you have caught me listening to since we've been married.
Why? What are they?
It's all like early 2000s alternative rock. Like no fancy guitar solos, obviously flamboyant frontmen. Like it's all just like
obviously flamboyant.
Yeah, it's all just, like bands that my friends and I would have gone to see when we were in high school. Like playing local like teen centers and dive bars.
Probably bands that I saw in high school or in college.
Probably a lot of bands that were on Warped Tour, which again I never got to go to.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And that's just it, is that like I love remembering what it was like to be, for lack of a better way of putting it, young and stupid. Right? Like it makes you remember. It sounds stupid, I think, but like, and again, don't make fun of me, but like the idea of like, we used to be more innocent, and not in the sense of like innocent, because I don't think we ever were, but like we lived in a time where we were carefree.
Like that CD reminds me of skateboarding at the top of my parents' driveway, waiting for them to leave the house so I could sit outside and smoke cigarettes when nobody was looking. And doing dumb things like things I will not repeat on the air.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, same. And my parents, your in-laws, listen to this nonsense.
I'll minimize it to this.
We're going to have a lot to talk about.
I used to set a lot of stuff on fire for fun.
I set a lot of things on fire for fun too, but they were meant to be on fire.
Yeah, the things I set on fire were not meant to be on fire.
Not like ants or anything, right?
No, nothing living.
Good,
no.
Good. Then we can still be friends.
I would just wait for me to be the only one in the house, just so I could test the limits. I could test the durability of things.
I used to do that when I was really little. I used to lock myself in the bathroom and say that I was going to the bathroom, but I was actually playing with all this stuff in the medicine cabinet.
I used to burn stuff inside my bedroom with the windows open, and then when people would be like, we smell smoke in there, I'm like, no, it's just incense.
Yeah. Same.
Although my parents didn't want us burning incense in the house either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, man. I just love thinking about those times. I mean, you've said to me, and this is the pinnacle of romance for me, is that you wish you could go back in time so we could be in love when we were younger. Mm-hmm. You sweet, smooth talker.
Because I have thoroughly enjoyed our time together in the last 3+ years, now 3+ years. Yeah. So much more so than the totality of any time I'd spent with anybody else.
But you know what? Movies that I watch, TV that I watch, and especially music that I listen to that make me feel those ooey gooey, warm, squishy love feelings, regardless of whatever memory has ever been attached to them, they always make me think of you.
Now, isn't this a lot nicer than talking about things we disagree on?
Yeah. I mean, we disagree on the meaning of "Don't fear the Reaper." But that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
perfectly
no
fine.
judgment. No judgment. And nothing personal, so I would never make fun of you.
Thank you. I appreciate
I don't.
that.
I would never make fun of you or laugh at you for anything to begin with.
I don't know. It still bothers me that you, as my husband, and I will say it bothers me. It doesn't bother, like, stick in my craw or anything, but, like, I have experienced on multiple occasions many, many people doing exactly what you have done to me when I get very upset when an animal in a movie gets hurt.
Oh, and I just like,
And
oh,
you
what the hell?
shrug it the fuck off, and you're just like, and you can look me dead in the face and you go, you know that's not real,
Listen,
right?
you show me a movie where an animal actually was harmed during the filming of, and
I don't
then we'll
care
talk.
if the animal was in fact harmed. I don't care if the animal actually doesn't even fucking exist. It could be completely
Well,
computer
then
generated. It still bugs me.
Okay, something we disagree
Because
on.
I have a deep heart.
Then the movie did what it was designed to, and it made you feel something based on what it showed you.
You know that's actually why I have decided to never go back and watch the pilot episode of The Walking Dead ever again.
Were zombies harmed in the making?
No, they ate a horse. That bothered me.
Okay, I can agree with that because it's always bothered, not the treatment of animals in movies, but the perception of the treatment of animals. Like, anytime when we watch City Slickers 2 and there's that scene where they're all running towards the cliff, and it just makes me think, at least, it's just like, what are those horses supposed to be Are they supposed to all just be running off that cliff?
I mean, I can't imagine that they're doing that. They're probably either turning at the last moment or they're actually running down. Like, the cliff might not be straight down. Because I've always wondered about that,
I don't
too.
mean
like,
in real life. I mean just like
how do stampedes do that?
Yeah. Or, like, when I'm watching Last Samurai, and at the end, when they do the war scene at the end,
Heartbreaking.
and the horses are charging, and then they get stabbed and shot and whatever, and it's just like,
me.
okay, obviously that's not real.
It's so upsetting to me.
But it makes one wonder, like, how do they make it look like those horses are being killed without actually hurting them?
Like, even in Blazing Saddles, when he punches the horse in the face and the horse just falls down. Remember that?
No.
Yeah. Mongo punches the horse in the face and he falls to the ground. And I'm just like, well, that was a horse. And I'm like, that is really, truly upsetting.
That was also
to me.
50 years ago.
It doesn't matter. It's
well,
like,
I'm sure standards and practices were a lot different back then.
Like, these animals have at some point been real, at least to an extent. And regardless of how it's filmed to make it look like it, like, it always bothers me. I don't care that it's fake. It's just like, it just hurts my little heart because let me put my whole thing about animals in perspective. The other day I was at work and there was a very small moth flitting around the break room.
Flitting.
Okay? I said to the moth, I see, watch it. I said to the moth, you cannot be here. And I tried very hard to shoo it towards the door. It wouldn't go. It landed on my leg, and I very gingerly walked outside with this moth on my leg to let it go outside. It was a very touching moment between myself and this moth. Of course, another moth I also had to let go the next day. This was Sunday. Was it Sunday? No, it was Friday and then Sunday, I believe. And I still wonder if that was the same moth coming back to get me. And then I got a ladybug. I am the weirdo in that building who just saves bugs and brings them outside. Bugs and spiders.
We've talked about that here.
I do it all the time. I will get them and be like, you have to go outside.
Now watch me tie everything together in this episode here.
Go ahead.
So a lot of things that we've talked about all revolve kind of around the convention because
The tattoo convention?
Yep.
Okay.
Because it was there that we met Bam.
Yes.
And that was just like a flood of nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
Particularly for my skating years, my alternative music years, my formative years where I was getting into all things pertaining to alternative culture, tattoos, bands, music.
Would you say you were
skating.
being a jackass?
Sure.
Zing.
And so, I'm going on Instagrams and I'm going on Facebook pages and I'm delving into I'm basically having a nostalgic moment where I'm just kind of like revisiting those parts of my life. But when you asked me to think of things that we should talk about, I was thinking about at the convention how, people were coming up to you and they were looking at your stuff and they were asking if you could do this, if you could do that, if you could do the whatever. Yeah. And we had a lot of conversations that we didn't necessarily agree on. And one of them in particular was catering to your audience. Now, you've told me that you have a very specific style when it comes to your art.
I do.
Okay. And you would genuinely like to stick to that.
Yes.
However, people approach you pretty frequently asking you to go outside of your wheelhouse.
People have asked me if I can go outside of my wheelhouse.
But will you?
I have, and I will again. However, I am not in a position to promise people that I can just give them what they want.
See, this is also a conversation that I've had with the bands.
Yeah.
Because the question really is to pander or not to pander.
I don't think, and I wish that you didn't have to choose between those things, though.
Well, you don't really have to choose.
Like, for example, okay, last year I got a custom request for a skate deck that had like a stained glass background and a portrait of this girl's dog. Do you remember what I did?
You made it.
I made it, but I tweaked it so that it fit my style of art. So I really made it my thing. Now, if someone comes up to me and they just have a photo and they're like, hey, can you do this? Can you put this on there? My answer is going to be no, because that's not what I do. And it's not just that it's not what I do. It's not my skill set. I'm understanding that there are things outside my skill set, not just my wheelhouse. Like, there are things that I cannot promise someone I can do. That Blue Eyes deck that I made you, I'm shocked that I was able to do that. Now, does it afford me the ability to say, I can do that? Yeah.
Because you had quite a few people asking for
yes, and that was
things in that vein.
And let me tell you that if I received a request of that nature, I would humor it. I would absolutely humor it, but I would be very realistic about it.
Humor as in the guy who asked for 4 of them.
But wouldn't spend $3 on a set of buttons.
I know.
Okay? Because some people are full of shit.
Yeah. That would have been crazy, though.
Yeah. It's never going to happen. But, like, I am proud to say that I was able to do that. That I was able to...
At least you didn't pull a Warrington Gillette.
That I was able... What, and steal from me?
Listen, he kept us in sparkling conversation all weekend.
He did. But I'm glad that I was able to figure out how to do that, because now it is something that I am able to do. However, given the complicated nature of creating something like that, plus the condition that my hands are in these days... I would be much more clearly able to say, I can do this, but it's going to take X amount of time and it's going to cost X amount of money.
Like if somebody asks me to do something that I absolutely know I cannot do, or that I know that somebody else could do better.
Like a kickflip?
Gee, thanks. I can do a kickflip.
Can you? Can you do a kickflip?
Yes, I can do a kickflip. My legs aren't what they used to be, but I can still skate to some degree. Anyway. No. If somebody asks me to do a kickflip, I'll send them over to fucking Carrie Getz or whatever. I don't know.
So if you are asked to do something that you know you can't do.
That I know, or that I know somebody else can do better, I have no problem sending, like if one of my friends brings me a guitar and they want something done to it that I just know, like years ago, Rody wanted me to change the pickups in one of his guitars. And it was a particular form of wiring that I was not familiar with at the time, and still technically am not. And I said to him, I'm sorry, I really don't want to fuck this up. So if you want me to take a shot at it, I will. But I think you should really bring this to a professional.
Yeah.
or any other such thing. Like but I generally would rather accommodate somebody's request.
Yeah.
So like if somebody asks one of the, like, hey, can you guys cover this song? Or hey, can you do this? Or hey, can you, like, whatever it happens to be. If it's something that I can take a genuine shot at and do a halfway decent job, I figure why the hell not?
Sure.
If somebody asked me to make something for them, whatever that may be, you know, I'd either give it a shot or I'd send them to somebody I know that could do it.
Yeah.
You know, but the question is, and this is the answer that I've received from a lot of people, is that they would just rather not pander because the general consensus that my interpretation of it is that they kind of see it as, I don't know, lessening themselves.
Yeah.
Or compromising their integrity.
See, and I think that it's the connotation that goes along with the idea that to perform something or to create something that is outside of your current scope, like that is to do something because people will like it. To consider that just outright pandering, I think that it's got a very negative connotation, because that's not what it is. I think,
but a lot of people see it that way.
A lot of people do see it that way. A lot of people see it as, it's equivalent to selling out. Now, when I was getting ready for this convention, I tried very hard to create things that I thought that this particular crowd would enjoy. There were pieces of my artwork that I excluded from exhibition and everything. I didn't bring everything with me, and I sort of tried to keep my scope focused on the demographic that was going to be in front of me for the purposes of turning the biggest profit that I could.
You also had pointed out, and this was, new to me, but that it was, considerably smaller than years past.
It was surprisingly very little.
Now, I had nothing to compare it to other than
all things considered.
Other than the last one we had done at Mohegan Sun, and attendee wise, it seemed pretty large to me. But
yeah, it was surprising. It was surprising, but I got a lot of compliments, and I am grateful to the people who stopped by to admire what I had, even if they didn't buy something, because to me, that is important.
There were a couple of people that when I handed them cards when I was walking around, and they were just like, oh, I've been looking for somebody to do a custom deck for, and then they started talking about what it was. I'm like, you're going to have to talk to the boss about that.
And they did stop by. Several people stopped by to ask me stuff. I'm still waiting to hear from them. But we'll see what happens.
Maybe they are our new listeners in Queens that you discovered.
We have so many downloads in Queens. It's like somebody just left their it's like somebody just left the podcast playing.
And then I start going down the list of all my family members.
Like it's only your relatives that would be listening.
I have a lot of relatives in Queens.
Yeah, but there are plenty of people in Queens, New York that you are not related to.
How much you want to bet that none of my Queens relatives are the ones that are listening to?
Probably none of them. But if you're out there, hello. Oh man.
I don't know. I as I said at the convention, I was just trying to get you business.
You know what? And you did.
Because, it still kind of irks me that, you get so stressed out about these things. And to me, it just feels like a vacation. Like, yes, it's a lot of work that goes into getting everything ready and setting it up and then being there and interacting with people. But it's fun. It's like going to shows and mingling with people that are there to see the bands. Like, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, but at the same time, you also have those moments at those shows where, if the equipment isn't going well, if the equipment is malfunctioning, or if the stage is too small, or if there's drama, or if the sound guy isn't doing his job and everything.
Yeah, but that's just a fraction of the totality of the night.
Same for me.
Yeah.
Same for me.
I mean, when you do a convention, you get a whole weekend. When I do a set, I get 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah. You should cover Don't Fear the Reaper.
No.
No? Can I give you other Blue Oyster Cult songs to cover?
What's that other one that they're really known for?
Godzilla.
No, the other one.
Burning for You.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll do that one.
You could do that. You could do Cities of Flame.
I don't think I know that many Blue Oyster Cult songs.
I'll give you a playlist.
Now, see,
I'll make you a tape.
Look who's asking me to pander now.
You're pandering to me. Christmas is coming.
Is that what you want for Christmas? You want me to cover
I
Blue
want
Oyster
you
Cult?
to just cover a bunch of Blue Oyster Cult.
That's the only thing under the tree is just an IOU?
Yeah. Just you make me a mixtape of you covering Blue Oyster Cult songs.
Done. Wait a minute, I did that for the wedding. I pandered to you for the wedding.
Excuse me?
I pandered to you for our wedding.
That if you are going to sit there and call our wedding reception pandering, trust me, I'll never ask you to do it again.
You didn't ask me to do it the first time.
I did actually.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
To learn the songs that I had us
No,
learn? Exactly.
that was something
you
that
asked
you
us
did.
to play.
Yes, and you have already said on the record,
Yeah.
and I'll never play them again.
That's a joke.
You're a joke.
Ouch.
I love you so much.
Ouch! That one hurt.
My fingers hurt.
My wife called me a joke. That's it. You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Who's sleeping on the couch tonight?
You.
You.
Okay, fine. I'll get a better night's sleep down here.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have to deal with your uncomfortable mattress and your farting.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you're farting. Listen,
My farting.
I have no problem admitting that I fart.
I don't have a problem admitting that I do it either.
Yeah, but in the middle of the night, like 2, 3 o'clock, you're just laying there going,
You know, the only reason why you hear those is because yours wake you up.
no, I do mine while awake.
No, you have startled yourself awake. Okay?
That's just for comedic effect.
No, it's not. It's out of absolute sheer terror that you may or may not have shit yourself. Thank you for listening to that talking podcast.
No.
What, you want to defend yourself?
You don't get to have the last word, especially that.
What's your last word? What's your final thoughts?
Poop. This was a way better talk than what we had originally planned.
This will continue to go off the rails for days.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is coming.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Yeah. Well, thank you again out there in podcast land for listening. This has been a fucking blast. We're going to go ahead and just poke fun at each other for the rest of the night. And, find us on social media, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. And we have the rest of the year off.
Well, you do. We have.
You have a show.
We have that December show at Cherry Street.
Yeah. Well, you got one show.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Bowie Archer Tricola and Rob's fiance, right in the trash.
That's not her name.
That's her handle.
Happy birthday, Bowie and Michelle. And, oh, man. But yeah, we're taking the rest of the year off from doing stuff. We'll still be doing this.
Tax Collectors, we just started our recordings finally.
Yeah,
I laid down bass tracks last Tuesday. That was fun.
Laying it down. Ooh, Can you cover Lay Down?
By Priestess?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm the only one who knows it.
Sick.
Yeah.
Look, you can put that on my tape, too.
That's another one on a compilation that I'm
Good
very
one.
fond of.
That's
yeah.
a very, very good one.
Funny enough, it was on Viva La Bands.
Was it?
It was. Before it was on Guitar Hero 3, it was on Viva La Bands, I think 1? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
See, Bam Margera just has his hand in everything.
And now he's on the podcast. Now he's just going to find his way into every episode of the podcast for the rest of 2024.
I found out why he was hyping up that band that he was talking about at the panel. Because he guested on one of their songs.
There you go.
This, like, Puerto Rican hymn ripoff. He sang on one of their songs.
It was probably something that his people were like, hey, mention this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, he guest sang on one of the songs, so of course he's going to promote it.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I asked him, I'm just like, so do you have like a favorite video that you've directed? And he wouldn't answer the question. He just started talking about this band from Puerto Rico. And I was just like,
Dodge!
yeah.
And
Now I
"Pivot."
understand why.
He knows how to work it.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Find us on social media.
yeah, find us on social media. We did that bit. And we don't have anything really to plug.
2 R's.
So, yep, I did that. You heard me do it. You're not even listening to me.
No, I'm staring at
Oh,
Clarence.
man. Yeah. Thanksgiving is coming. I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for her.
And I'm thankful
sleeping
for
over there.
all of you. And
Yeah.
don't stick your dick in the mashed potatoes.
No, that's so rude. Gross.
Only the true believers will understand what that means.
Yeah. So yeah.
Face front, true believer.
I'm gonna call this one because it's been a blast, and now we can move on.
Yeah, we're approaching the 40-minute mark.
Yeah. And so yeah, thank you, Andy, for a theme song.
Thank you for all the work that you do.
Anytime.
Yeah,
Anytime, baby.
anytime.
Anytime.
From
And go to our website, thattalkingpodcast.buzzsprout.com, and shoot us a text message because the year is coming to a close, and if you haven't picked up on it yet, we're running out of things to talk about.
my
Without completely repeating ourselves.
my New Year's resolution is to get you guys those back scratchers.
I swear to God.
What? How many times have we been laying in bed and you said, "Babe, can I borrow the back scratcher?"
That's so that I don't have to ask you to scratch my back.
But if you had your own That Talking Podcast back scratcher on your side of the bed, you would not need to use mine.
Since you have that fucking bear claw over there.
That is for down here.
You already have your hillbilly back scratcher.
That is for
down
the
here.
kitchen.
No, you don't have. No. All right, you know what? This is going to run into another episode.
And
I'm going to talk about that later, off the air.
But for those of us at That Talking Podcast,
From the three of us at That Talking Podcast, I'm JJ Starr.
and I'm Downtown Andy.
And we'll talk to you later.